Hey guys, how you doing today? Mark here, heading out on a little hike. Well, it's not too little, and in fact, I'm not sure exactly how far I'm going to go. I don't know if I'm going to walk the trail and then turn around and go back and double the mileage, or if I'm going to get to the end, hopefully maybe call Jen or call even an Uber and come pick me up and take me back to the truck. I'm not sure which way I'm going to do it yet. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling. This is the first hike I've done for quite a while, so the trail that I'm going to is called the Stone Bridge Trail, and it's down in Illinois, and it's only like maybe 5 miles or so from my house, so it's only going to take me a few minutes to get there. The trail is 5.8 miles, so it's a pretty decent hike. It really is, and I have no idea what the trail conditions are going to be. I don't know if the local, county, or even state park services go out and clear off the trail. It is a highly used trail, mostly bikers from my understanding, bicyclists, not motorcyclists. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go check out that trail, and it should have a really cool stone bridge to it. So yeah, I'm hoping to see a cool little feature on this trail. So I will catch up to you again when I reach the trailhead. Okay guys, here we are. We're at the trailhead for the Stone Bridge trail system, and got one other car right behind me there in the lot. I don't think that this gets used a whole lot in the winter time, although I am seeing cross-country ski trails, I think, and some snowmobile trails. So we'll see how this goes. Definitely has not been cleared off at all. That's kind of actually what I was thinking. So let's get going on this, because I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to get to the end and then turn around and come back, or what. So that little placard sign that I took the picture of said that this trail got purchased in 2 different segments. It is an old rail system that was abandoned back in the early 90s, and the southern part of the system, the rail system, was actually purchased in I think it was 1991, and then this northern part got purchased maybe like a year later or something like that. The Stone Bridge, which this trail is named after, is actually put on the National Historical Places. Now, where I started is at the northern portion of the trail, was on what is that? I want to say Rockton Road, but it could have been Elevator Road. Going past a big huge factory on this side, so I have no idea what they produce, but there's a little bit of a stench from it and a lot of noise. But also, from, as you can tell from the trail, this is open for snowmobiles, but for walking rights, free to use. I think if you actually use a snowmobile, cross country, ski, or bicycling, you have to pay a fee, I think. Don't quote me on that. All right, so I'm still going by all the industrial stuff back there. There's like a recycling yard and stuff back here as well. But over on this side, there's a lot of wooded area, and I'm looking in there and I'm seeing lots of sign of squirrels and rabbits. I'm seeing lots of signs of squirrels and rabbits, but I'm not really seeing anything for like deer. I mean, they could be, but they're kind of old tracks. I think a lot of the animals had been hunkered down for a while. We have had some of the coldest weather in the past maybe 5 years. we had the longest stretch of below freezing temperatures, so 32 and below, since I think it was like 1988. And yeah, so our stretch that we just broke was 21 days of freezing temperatures. And then during that span, we had spells where we were into the negatives on the base temperature, on just the air temperature, but then the wind chill took it down to, what was it, like negative 30. So yeah, it's been kind of cold over the past month or so. Nice little bridge here, a little creek. You can see all the prints, animal prints down there. Quite possibly some deer prints down there, quite possibly. In fact, I would say most definitely some deer tracks down there. So yeah, you got a nice view of a creek that would be down there. So yeah, it's quite possible that if you were to come out here hiking, that you could see a deer. Now, we are not far from Illinois Highway 251, which for the rest of the country is US Highway 51. So this is 51, goes through Beloit, heads all the way up north, just short of Lake Superior, but then heads south down to the Gulf of Mexico. And I would like to try a ride going all the way down 51 to its terminus down there in Louisiana. Sorry, I had a brain fart, couldn't think of the state. And 51, if you didn't watch my VRA rides home, I said that 51 actually goes right in front of Graceland, Elvis's home. So if you're an Elvis fan, if you don't want to know how to get there, and jump on 51, head south into Tennessee. When you get into Memphis, just look for the signs. Yeah, you can you might be able to see some of the equipment over there. You got big cranes and diggers and stuff like that over there. Now that van that was in the parking lot had a person sitting in there, and shortly after I started walking down the trail, she came up on the trail and was running, but she actually stopped running just up here a little bit, walked for a spell, and now she's running again. Honestly, I'm not chasing her, I swear to God. All right, I was on the trail first. All right, let's keep walking. Come out to a residential area. Very little trees blocking the houses, as you can tell. I've also come across a couple of other snowmobile trails that intersect with this trail, and they just kind of cut across to go through a field or something. So I am using a couple of my Christmas presents for this hike. I put on my silk sock liners because I don't know how long I'm going to hike. I don't know if it's going to be the 5.8 to get down to the southern terminus, or if I'm going to turn around and come back and do the whole, what would it be, 11.6. So I just haven't decided how much I'm actually going to do. And then I've also got the filters on my camera. I got the UV filter and the polarized filter on the camera. So I'm hoping that the video quality is pretty darn good. At least I'm hoping. Major street crossing, so be quick about it. This is a pretty busy street. So yeah, as you can tell by that, it's a pretty busy street, well used. So take your time. Don't try to run out in front of anybody thinking you're going to make it. Just take your time, relax, cross when it's safe. Okay, so that road we just crossed, I just found out from reading this informational placard, which is the exact same from where we started. That's McCurry Road, okay? So that was the northern part that we just walked. Now we're on the southern part. We are 1 mile in already. We got about 2 more miles before we even get to the stone bridge, which is, I think, going to be an awesome view. I really do. Okay guys, so I just took a quick glance behind me. I see absolutely nobody following me. I can still see the lady that passed me back there who was running. I can see her all the way up there. I see something else in the pathway, but I can't tell what it is, and it doesn't seem to be moving. So I don't know if it's just like a cleared area that maybe the snow has melted. I don't know if it's people walking towards us or away from us. I don't know. But I kind of see something up there a little bit. It's still been a really nice day today though. Really nice. And actually that's why I wanted to come out here today. It's like the warmest day during the next few weeks. And we're supposed to be getting up into the mid 40s today. And I think we're already there, at least I feel like we are. As you can tell, I've been unzipping my jacket. My arms are kind of sweaty. This pill fill, it really keeps me warm until about maybe the mid 30s. Then it starts, you know, getting a little cool. This low to mid 40s temperatures. I'm warming up quite a bit. I'm about ready to lose the hat too. During the trail too, because snowmobiles can use it, they do have warning signs up, you know, stop ahead, bridge ahead, things like that. So of course those don't pertain to us, those are for the snowmobilists. It looks like a road intersection right here, but it's just another trail intersection for another snowmobile trail that goes off into the woods there. Yeah, see, you can go take your snowmobile through the woods over there. This is the creek over here. That water looks kind of bluish green. That's interesting. I've never really seen a stream freeze that color before. Normally it's just white, or at least covered in snow. But yeah, pretty cool. I don't know, I didn't even look to see if they number the bridges or not. Let's see if they have one on this end, because this is only the second footbridge that I've went over. Little warning sign for snowmobilists. So no, I'm not seeing any number count on the bridges. Darn, because that's actually kind of interesting. I like it when they do that. All right, coming up on another intersection up here, and these buildings here are like a public works area. That is actually filled with salt and sand for the roadways. Yeah, the Roscoe Township. So these are probably repair shops for their vehicles, storage units, stuff like that. Wow, they got a bigger write-up over here about the trail information. It actually goes by year. I'm right on the outskirts of Roscoe, and this road is also going to be very well traveled. But if you need a bathroom or anything, I think there's a Quick Mart right there. There's also restaurants and stuff right down over this direction. So bathrooms, food, you got it right over there. All right, let's see if we can cross this road. Don't slip on the ice. Looks like I got a couple individuals walking towards me. I think those were the black spot I was seeing in the trail further back. I think these people are what I was seeing walking on the trail. Let's see, I hope you guys can see this. We are at Elevator Road right now, and we are 0.9 miles to Stone Bridge, which is right here, and we started up here. So far we've covered 2.1 miles. Someone's nice little puppy down there saying hello to me. I tell you, I'm glad I have my sock liners on, because my foot is really sliding quite a bit on the snow on the ground. You know, it's not as smooth as it appears to be. And I also figured out they do groom the trail every so often. You can see the edge over here. You got that little mound. That's been pushed to the side. So they do groom it every so often. But I have no idea how often. I'm sure this is a low needed area. You know, they're going to worry about the streets and stuff first. You know, the busy streets, secondary streets, tertiary streets, parking lots, and then the parks. And this is probably in the parks, and I'm sure they do the city parks first, and then they'll send people out to groom the trail if there's time, if there's a need. All right, got a road coming up here, and this should be Burr Oak Road. I think I actually got that one right. And then it's just a hop, skip, jump, leap, crawl, somersault, and a couple of backflips, and we'll be at the bridge. I don't know if you can make it out through the trees, but there is where are you? There's an abandoned truck right there. I'm sure that's on somebody's property. That's not anything that you need to be concerned about. Yeah, there's an old truck there. All right, here's Burr Oak Road. And so far it's been the quietest road we can cross. And a couple of cars here and there, but nothing major. Not like the last three. All right, so we just crossed Burr Oak. Here's the Stone Bridge. We're going to go to McMichael Road to end our hike today. So we've got 0.3 miles to get to Stone Bridge. I have no idea how far to get there. I'm guessing about 2 miles. Maybe a little over 2 miles, 2.5 to get to McMichael Road. That's pretty cool. Nice little walking bridge to come up from over there. Looks like there's a graveyard over there. But I'm sure you can park just on the other side of the utility building over here and then just walk on the bridge to get to the trail. Cool. So this is Stone Bridge, and if you go down the side here, you can get to a viewing platform, and I actually want to do that, but it's very slick and it's not shoveled or anything like that. So I'm going to put you guys away so I don't fall and break my ass. All right, see you at the viewing platform. Okay guys, so I just walked down all these switchbacks to get down here. So yeah, it was pretty steep. There's probably about maybe a foot or so of snow and ice on the platform. And there we go. There's the Stone Bridge. That is massive. I know this is not the right time of day to film this because of the angle of the sun and all the snow and everything. But you can see the handrail up there. That's actually the walking path. Little stream creek that flows through the arches. Very cool. I'm actually glad I came down here. And down on the platform too is a huge kiosk full of information, timelines, and people and organizations that help get this trail and the railroad all in place. Yeah, it was pretty cool. All right, I need to go walk back up. I need to walk back up all those and get back up on the trail and keep heading south. There's a shot of the viewing platform we were just on. And there's a few people over there going down. The lady sounds a little scared to go down it. Like I said, it was steep and slick. It looks like there's two creeks. One that goes off that way, another one that goes off that way. Okay guys, here's the stream coming out the other side of the tunnel. Unfortunately, I cannot get down on that side of the tunnel and get any video. Well, that's a nice little view there. I'm going to sit on the bridge right here, use the rail as a little bit of a table, and eat my sandwich, because I am starving. Luckily it's not too windy, so I shouldn't have to worry about it blowing away. Not a bad view for a lunch break, huh? And that's my view from the other side of the bridge. Now you might be able to see some cars and trucks just below the horizon line. That's actually Interstate I-90. All right guys, I got my lunch all taken care of. Just a Subway sub, nothing major. Drank down some water. Enjoyed the views, enjoyed the creek. In fact, when I was sitting here having my lunch, I had a couple of people, well, once I came up from the platform down there, once I came up from the viewing platform down there were 3 people coming towards me from the way I'm going, and they wanted to go down. Well, one of them was too afraid to go down. He thought it was going to be too slick, and it is pretty slick. The other 2 made it down there and came back up. And then they turned around and went back the way they came in the direction I'm going. But as they were leaving, I saw 2 more people from the little walking bridge that was just down there, just after Burr Oak Road. And they came walking down, and oh my God, those 2 were walking so slow. I thought that maybe there was just an old couple, you know, and they were just kind of really, you know, walking like this, but you know, they were out walking, so what the heck. As they got closer and closer, I saw that they were 2 older teenage kids, you know, maybe even early 20 age kids. And the reason why they were walking so slow, they were texting as they were walking. It's like, can't you just put the phones down and enjoy the scenery? They got to the start of the switchbacks to go down to the viewing platform, and they looked down there, they looked at each other. I never heard them say a word to each other, and they just turned around and left. It's like they decided they weren't going to risk walking down that slope. And then they turned around and left, doing the same thing. So slow. Okay, we are back on the trail. Just enjoyed my lunch. That was awesome. I just sent a text message to Jen. She wanted to know if I wanted to get picked up. In fact, that's another reply from her. And I told her if she wants me home sooner, she's going to have to come pick me up. So I sent her the location where the trail meets McMichael Road, and told her I'd be there in probably about an hour. So that was probably her saying okay or whatever. I've also been getting texts from my daughter, and she's been doing her taxes and having problems with it. She wants to swing by after work to have me take a look and see if we can figure it out. Check out that old car, guys. That looks pretty cool. So as you guys can probably hear, traffic is getting a bit louder. And that's because right over there is Interstate 90. We're gonna walk right under it. Yeah, you know, it's loud because it's the interstate, but if you really have to, you could stop underneath that bridge and wait out some rain or something like that. There was actually no snow underneath those bridges at all. That looks like another roadway overpass up there. I have no idea what road that is. I'll have to put it up on the screen. Again, not a bad little spot to stop for a rainstorm or something. Maybe even just a quick coffee break. Just make yourself comfortable against one of the walls and enjoy. Holy cow, guys, can you see that in there? That is a little bee. That's that's unbelievable. I didn't ever thought of seeing a bee this time of year. And I sat there and I watched it for a little while because I thought I saw it moving. And yeah, every once in a while its leg would move. Wow. Here we are having, you know, Arctic temperatures over the past week or so. And then get 2 good days above freezing and I'm seeing bees. I've never known it to be possible. Huh. Somebody lost their stocking cap. Or at least left it behind. So I'm sitting there walking along and I noticed a person up the trail coming towards me. And a nice lady walking her little dog. I think it was some sort of a Chihuahua type. Oh, that's interesting. There's like a ramp going up. I wonder if there's a parking structure up there or something. Anyway, so I say hi, she says hi back, and you know, we kind of exchange pleasantries. We just kind of talked about the day a little bit. She ends up saying, a nice day. I said, yeah. I go, but it's kind of weird. I just saw a couple of bees. I've seen 3 of them so far. 3 bees just laying on top of the snow. She's like, really? I said, yeah. She goes, well, I've heard that the robins are back. She goes, but I haven't seen them yet. I said, well, I saw 3 bees laying on the snow back there. And the only thing I can really think of is that a bird has gotten into a bee nest and is carrying them off, and then just occasionally one falls out of its mouth and to the ground. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, she said that she heard that the robins are back, but I haven't seen them. She hasn't seen them. Well, we'll find out. I've been seeing a lot of that too on my walk. That's coyote scat. Check that out, guys. Must have been a bridge here at one point. Cool. I don't know if you can see it through the trees down there, but in the field, that's a very common sight in that you're seeing snowmobile trails. Farmers and stuff will just go out in their own fields and just rip around. Nothing else to do while the snow's on the ground. You know, if they don't have cattle to milk, you gotta do something to waste time. Coming up on another road crossing. Again, I have no idea what road this is, but I see this marker here. I'm taking this mile marker 4. I've never seen one before. I'm taking it that that marker meant that I'm 4 miles down onto the trail. That's what I'm assuming. Another country road. I'll put the name of the road down here somewhere. All right, from that last road, this part of the trail doesn't get used very much. Few snowmobile trail cuts, but that's about it. Old shoe prints, old animal tracks. Nothing fairly recent though. Even the snowmobile tracks aren't recent. Oh, guys, I tell you, I am getting very hot with this jacket on. I'm sweating pretty good. I need to get some water. I'm almost there. I think I'm only like 0.6 miles or 6 minutes away. I can't remember. But I need to take this jacket off. I am sweating like crazy. This walking on this trail, being that it's so lightly used, it's hard going because your feet really sink down into the snow, and you really got to be mindful of your steps. Oh, that breeze feels nice. I might just stick this back in my backpack, my coat. Stick it in my backpack and not even wear a coat for the rest of the time. I will say too that after I got south of Roscoe, once I got south of that, the foot traffic on the pathway really picked up. And now that I'm south of that last road, I don't even remember the name of the road. Yeah, just by the looks of the trail, it hardly ever gets used, hardly ever. So, yeah, that's the way it is. I'm almost wondering too if there might be a, I was telling you before about how I think that somebody comes out here. Hold on. Yes, dear.
Hey, so I think I just passed the trailhead.
Okay, I'm still probably a good 6 minutes out or more.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to park on this section of road. It's very narrow.
Okay.
And there's really no good spot for me to pull over.
I was going to say, is there a like a trailhead parking lot that you can pull into? There's nothing there, huh?
No, it's like a little park farm across the road. But I'm going to go down a block or two where the road looks wider and there's a little bit of a shoulder.
Okay.
And I'll pull over there, and then you can text me or call me when you're much closer.
Yep, no problem. I can do that. All right, I'll talk to you when I get there.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stick my coat into my bag, double check my GPS on my phone, Google Maps, the all-seeing, all-knowing oracle of Google. Bright white snow, bright yellow shirt. Yep, that's it. I'm just a piss puddle in the snow. Let's go. All right, guys, I'm just a couple of minutes from the road. I think I actually see it up there a bit. And I think I'm just going to end the video here with my 5.8 miles of the Stone Bridge Trail I've never been on. And I'm going to come out here again sometime in warmer weather, see what the bug conditions are like, see what the bird conditions are like. Because right now there's just not a whole lot. A few little winter birds I've seen, but not a lot. Heard a few crows. As far as animal tracks, lots of dogs. Some of them are probably coyote. Lots of squirrel, rabbit. I did see some deer tracks, but most of them, what I saw, were old tracks. I only saw one set of deer tracks that was actually maybe within the past 24 hours fresh. So, this is Mark saying thanks again for watching. Thanks for joining me on this little adventure of hiking a new trail. And I will see you guys on the road. Bye, guys. Okay, guys. My midwife crisis came and got me. Yeah. Time to get back to the truck.
Midwife crisis?